people have made against the Nigeria police, because those are pretty grievous allegations, especially on the back of the visit of the Inspector General of Police. Nonetheless, another story broke over the weekend. There was a campaign over End SARS. It was the hashtag End SARS campaign. And yesterday we heard the Inspector General of Police had reacted to that, asking that the SARS be reorganized and even a CP appointed for the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Now, what precisely, what are the petitions that you have heard that have informed this particular reorganization of SARS?
Thank you so much. It's quite important for me to start from the beginning. Somebody who has some ulterior motive put up on the hashtag and say End SARS now. Nigerians should be mindful, because the social media is very porous, of what is the cause of the outcry in the first place. And that is why the Inspector General of Police was concerned. What is the cause of the outcry? And people should be mindful of what intention the person that put out the hashtag and people are following on Twitter. The Special Anti-Robbery Squad in the Nigerian Police Force, no doubt, have been doing very, very well. And that is why the rate of robbery across the country has gone down. We are not saying there's no any infraction. If there are infractions, not only on SARS personnel, even other police officers, conventional policemen that carry out other duty and responsibility, people should report to us and it should be addressed. But we want people to disabuse their mind that SARS should be ended, because this outfit is a detachment of the Nigerian Police Force that have been there for over 40 years, and they have been doing their best in this regard. But the Inspector General of Police, concerned by all these allegations, have directed that those allegations should be investigated. And that is why the escort of the force have been directed to commence immediate investigation. He has equally directed a reorganization of the outfit, and is already being implemented. A commissioner of police will be in charge, and will be attached at the force headquarters under Department of Operation. Then at the command level, you have Federal SARS now. And that will be headed by a chief superintendent of police, and or probably a superintendent of police, not less than a superintendent of police, will be in charge to ensure that there are no issue of maybe a divisional headquarters, somebody will wear a fragmented jacket or wear anything and put SARS on the top, and people will assume it's SARS. And he has equally directed that NGOs and CSOs should engage in human rights training for SARS personnel, which was earlier done when he came on board, because some CSOs, including Red Cross International, came and trained the SARS personnel. And it is very clear for people that have been able to have contact with SARS to know that some of their commanders were even lawyers in the place that know where the law is. But when you train, we train officers for different purposes and for different use. SARS personnel were trained to confront robbers. But where we have, and they have been making successes in that regard, like I said earlier on, but where you have complaint, report to us, and it should be addressed. But if you are looking for any specific complaint that we have had, for a lot of people that have been pushing their, what they call the remarks on social media, most of them are not correct, because when you have complaint of such, you report to the nearest police station or to a very senior police officer.
Mr. Mashud, I'm going to ask whether or not the police is aware that, because yes, you say that the people should report, but then within the police, people will want to believe that there is a monitoring system that also ensures that officers are in check. Officers are kept in check, and that the outfits of the police that are founded to do whatever it is they're founded to do are doing the work that they're meant to do. There's an impression of SARS out there that, when you go to SARS, especially if you're caught as a suspect, the chances that you'll be finished in the cell are quite high. There is that impression. There is also the impression that SARS officers are not dressed like the conventional police officers. In many instances, you see them wearing T-shirts and other normal shoes. They're dressed like every other Nigerian, but they just have a vest and they're brandishing weapons. And people are sometimes not very clear whether these people are police officers, or whether they're security agents, or whether these are the bandits in many instances. Is the police aware, or is this how SARS is meant to operate?
Thank you so much. I'll first start from what you said, that when you are arrested as a robbery suspect that you finish in cell, it's not correct. It is not true. We officers and men of the force, not only SARS, are trained on handling, care, and custody of suspects. If you allow a suspect to be sick or probably die in your in your in detention, you have to be taken to court to explain to court why a life of Nigerian is lost in your hand. So SARS is not a killing unit. We don't kill people.
But are you aware? I mean, I think when I asked you that question, I put it out there that it was an impression.
No, that's
are you aware of the impression that people have of SARS that it is a killing unit?
No, it's not. You know, when you say impression, what's the generality of this impression in the populace? If you have 2 or 3 people that express an impression, does not mean that's the general view of the people. But SARS is not a killing unit. SARS is created, 1, to deal with cases of armed robbery and any other case where the offender carry firearms. And you have cases of kidnapping. Equally, we offender carry arms. Even when you are snatching a car and you use firearm, the SARS will equally be deployed. And those are the areas where SARS will be deployed, except in an extraordinary need, like the crisis you have in Noma, for example. A combination of SARS, special police forces, and equally the police mobile force are engaged in those areas. And we trace the hashtag and trace it to some mischievous politicians that are trying to create a problem in the system that felt SARS is a stumbling block for them to achieve their objective when it comes to the next general election. And we are investigating this, and we made the result public. Then, outside that...
Sorry, Mr. Mashood, I'm going to ask you to hold your thoughts for us, and we'll talk a bit more about, how you came about that, politicians pushing this hashtag. In just a moment, please stay with us.